Hello everyone, welcome to the Lunch Geology channel. This is Amit and today we will discuss one of the recent development in South China Sea. China has released result of one of its biggest geological survey in the South China Sea. So this is very important from geological perspective as well as geopolitical perspective also. Now let us come into the details of it. This is a map containing the South China Sea. We can see the Eurasian plate in which China is situated, the Pacific plate and Oceanic plate, and in between these two plates we have the South China Sea. This is not the exact boundary of the South China Sea, like it is still controversial, but yes, like this is the approximate location and approximate extent of the South China Sea. So South China Sea is located in the south and the southeastern part of China. It is bounded by two plates, the Eurasian plate, which is a continental plate, and the Pacific plate, and it is an oceanic plate. So now let us come to the importance of the South China Sea. Why it is very important? So it has mineralogical importance also, and it has hydrocarbon importance also. We will discuss both of them one by one. So mineralogically, this is importance because the South China Sea is located in a subduction zone setting. This red line, this red line marks the subduction zone between these two plates, the Pacific plate and the Eurasian plate. Pacific plate being an oceanic plate composed of heavier minerals have a higher density ranging between 3.0 to 3.3 gram per cc, whereas the continental plate being composed of lighter minerals have a lesser density of around 2.7 gram per cc. So being less dense, these are more buoyant, and this oceanic plate being more dense, they are what? They are less buoyant and less buoyant, as a result of which they tend to sink down. So this subduction zone marks the boundary between the Eurasian plate and the Pacific plate, and it is the region where the Pacific plate goes beneath the Eurasian plate. So being in a subduction zone setting, we can expect porphyry copper deposits here. Some amount of orogeny will also take place, so we can expect orogenic gold deposits. Then hydrothermal activities will also take place, so we can expect mineral deposits related to hydrothermal mineral deposits, as well as volcanogenic massive sulfide deposits, popularly known as VMS deposits. Why this term volcano is coming? Because, like, see this figure. So this is the Pacific plate that is going down, and this is your Eurasian plate denoted by E, and this is your Pacific plate. So this plate, since this Pacific plate is sinking down, uh, after going to a certain depth, this will start melting, and the melt will come towards the top, because like it is being converted into a liquid state. Initially this plate is in solid state. Okay, solid has more density, and when it melts it becomes liquid, and liquid has what? Liquid has lesser density, and hence it is more buoyant, as a result of which the liquid rises up. And when the liquid reaches the surface, or you can see when the liquid reaches this part of the South China Sea, it emerges as a volcano, and this volcano deposits important minerals related to the volcanogenic massive sulfide deposits. So this is the mineralogical importance. Now coming to the hydrocarbon importance, since it is a marginal sea, so it can hold hydrocarbon, and according to an estimate, it holds a lot of hydrocarbon, and the estimate is that the gas in this region is 190 trillion cubic feet, and the oil in this region is 11 billion barrels of oil. To get a visualization of the amount of oil, you can compare this amount of oil with your country's total production or total consumption. So that will be a good idea. So let me tell the conversion factor of barrel. One barrel is equal to 159 liters approximately. Billion is 10 to the power 9. So this is it, and this reserves are what? This reserves are 2p reserves. So let us come to the classification of reserves. Uh, so reserves, I will discuss it in brief only. So their reserves are classified into three categories: 1p, 2p, and 3p. 1p includes the proved reserves. 2p includes proved plus probable reserves, whereas 3p includes proved plus probable plus possible reserves. So the degree of certainty increases towards the 1p reserves, and most of the countries they report their reserves in 2p category only, because 1p will be very less and 3p will be an overestimation, because the possible reserves are yet to be discovered and hence cannot be taken for granted. You can either discover it or you may not discover it, so you cannot consider it as consider it consider it as a reserve. Like, you can put it in contingent resources rather than calling it as a reserve. It is a contingent resource that is yet to be discovered. Now moving on to the survey that the Chinese agencies have done. The scale of the survey is the most important thing. The map that they have prepared is of 1 is to 10 lakh. This means that 1 centimeter on the map will represent 10 lakh centimeters on the ground. If you convert the centimeters into kilometers, this will become 1 centimeter on the map will be 10 kilometers on the ground. Or conversely, you can say that a geological feature of the length of 10 kilometer will be represented by 1 centimeter on the map. Okay, so let us take a visual tour to understand this. This is Grand Canyon. This has an approximate length of 10 km. In this slide, we discussed that 1 centimeter will be represented by 10 km will be represented by 1 centimeter on the map. So Grand Canyon being 30 km in length, it will be represented by just 3 centimeter on the map. So you can see the scale. Like, it is a very smaller scale, and a geological feature of the size of Grand Canyon will be represented just by 3 centimeters. So it is very small. Like, you can't see anything. Like, you will just be able to see that, like, here Grand Canyon is located, nothing more than that. So this is it. And now talking about the scale of the survey, I use the term larger scale and a smaller scale. So this is for example, if you have 1 is to 50,000 scale and 1 is to 10,000 scale. Yeah, 1 is to 10,000 scale. So if you write the 1 is to 50,000 scale as like this, 1 divided by 50,000, and this one has 1 divided by 10,000. So this particular quantity, 1 divided by 10,000, this is greater. This is greater than that. This is greater than the 1 is to 50,000. So this is a map of larger scale, and this is a map of smaller scale. Moving on, now we will see the elements of the study. So the focus of the survey was in identification of landforms, identification of topography or preparation of topographical map, identification of landform, and knowing the distribution of sediments. Distribution of sediment is also important for from hydrocarbon exploration perspective also, because you need to know like where there are deltaic deposit, where there are buried channel deposits, where there are shallow marine sediments, or so as to target hydrocarbons efficiently. So, according to the report, 36 seabed landforms and 384 seabed landform units were identified in the sea. 47 types of geological structural landforms were identified. And according to the Chinese agencies, mapping on a larger scale is ongoing. Mapping on a scale of 1 is to 250,000 and 1 is to 50,000 is ongoing. These are these are larger scales as compared to the initial scale in which China has completed the mapping. This is the scale in which China has completed the mapping, and this is smaller as compared to this scales. So this is it. In conclusion, we can say that like this is a big step towards mineral and hydrocarbon exploration by China, and like there's a lot of things that needs to be done. Geological mapping will go on for years. For example, for detailed geological exploration, your map needs to be in the scale of 1 is to 2000, or let us say 1 is to 10,000. Okay, so you need a very large scale map for detailed geological exploration. A reconnaissance survey starts at this scale, that is G4 stage of exploration, and detailed exploration is G1 stage of exploration. So for like going from G4 to G1 is a long journey, and China has to uh, take a deep breath, and it is a long journey to be completed. So this much for today, guys. See you in the next video. Thank you.